Hey everyone, so I have this kind of bonkers look for you today. I was just in the mood for doing something a bit more kind of fashion, high fashion, and was inspired by the weather outside, which it's completely white outside now with the snow. It's gorgeous and it's still snowing at the moment, and I really wanted to try out the silver on my lips, so this is what I came up with. And like, it's obviously not meant to be wearable, it is meant to be high fashion, but hey everyone, I have an idea for what I want to do today, but I'm not 100%, so I'm just kind of going to wing it. I do have, I know I want it to be silver. One of the girls in work recently was messing with makeup on one of the other girls and did the most amazing silver lip, so I kind of want to try that for myself. And also there's snow everywhere outside, so it's kind of making me want to stay frosty. Or do something that looks kind of frosty. So I'm going to start off, I've just done my base. I have face and body all over, and then just to conceal any wee blemishes I used some Max Full Coverage foundation in NC15. I didn't put it everywhere, I mean I literally just dotted it over a few places and blended it in. So I'm going to use a silver cream eyeshadow. This one is by RCMA and it's a metallic one. So I'm just going to get some on my spatula and then just apply it on the eye. So I have no product on the eye except for the wee bit of face and body that would have been on there when I was applying my foundation. Okay, I applied that right up to the eyebrow. Not very thick. It's a very, very soft, creamy cream base, so it doesn't go on overly opaque, and I'm happy with that. So next I'm just going to get a really light highlight colour. This is a palette I made myself from an old work or a job I had before where there was some damaged eyeshadows. You can see, I wonder, can you see them chipped off? Yeah, you can see how they're chipped off. They were just being thrown out, so I decided to salvage them and make them into my own palette. So they're just glued into a clear CD case like that, and I really like them. So I'm using this really light white kind of frosty colour first of all, and I'm going to concentrate that on the inner corner on both sides. Okay, and then to set the cream eyeshadow, I'm using kind of this mid-tone silver colour, and I'm using a 224 because it is a very wet cream eyeshadow, so it will crease. And even on me, I've dry lids, so I don't really suffer from creasing that much. But 224, and I'm pressing it on over the shadow first, over the cream. And then once I have it totally covered, I can start kind of buffing it in. So that's gone all the way up to the eyebrow. You don't really want to use a very dark silver here unless you have a lot darker skin than I do. I'm putting a wee bit more of that first frosty white colour on and just concentrating that all on the inner section of the eye. Okay, I'm going to do my eyebrows now just to give me, so I'll have more of an idea of how much I want to put on the eyes. I'm using the same palette again, and I'm just going to use a mid-tone brown, so it's not too dark and it's fairly neutral, it's not too red or too yellow. And I'm using the MAC number 212 SE flat brush, which came with one of the winter brush kits. And I'm going to give myself a fairly defined shape. Okay, so I've given myself pretty fierce looking eyebrows. And that's kind of what I was thinking originally for this. So, okay, next I'm going to do, I think, eyeliner. So I'm going to use MAC's Fluid Line, which is just a plain black cream eyeliner, or gel eyeliner. And my favourite eyeliner brush, which is my art brush. It's a Daler-Rowney number 0 round brush, system 3. It's just student quality brushes. They're synthetic, they don't cost very much at all, and it does the job just fine. So I'm just getting some of that and putting it onto the back of my hand, or the front of my hand. I'm going to start drawing a shape. So I'm not really sure what shape yet. I'm just going to kind of see how it turns out. Right, so that's the kind of shape I went for. It's kind of fairly dramatic, and I added a little like peak in the inner corner. This is one of the times when I prefer to have this look on like someone with a flatter eye area with much less deep set eyes than I have, because I find that my crease line is competing with my eyeliner line, if you know what I mean, and it takes away from it a bit, but can't really do much about that myself. But I'm just going to apply some of the same black eyeliner now to my inner waterline. This isn't actually, the fluid line isn't designed for waterline, so use at your own discretion. And I'm trying to keep it on the waterline. I don't want it to go into my lashes. Such a big difference between the eyes, isn't there? Okay, so I have the eyeliner done, and it's a pretty exotic looking eye shape. To get this kind of look, it's important to keep it clean underneath and kind of sweeping up. So that's why the peak on the inner corner going down and this going up just kind of puts it on a slant, if you know what I mean, and makes it look more exotic. So these kind of eye lines are always going to be much more striking when you have a lot less going on around the area, so you don't want a lot of busy different coloured eyeshadows and, you know, fancy blending or anything like that. So for eyeshadow, mascara, I'm going to use something that's quite like volumizing. It's the L'Oreal Double Extension Beauty Tubes. And I'm going to be pulling the mascara out this way. So I'm just coating the primer first. Do you know what? I actually love how this looks with the white in front of the black. So I'm actually going to leave it with the white mascara on. And I'm going to leave it really clean underneath the eye. So I'm just going to clean up with a little bit of concealer and my concealer brush, just to take away any like slight redness, because I do want it to be a very clean look. Okay, so for my lips, I had a moisturizer on them earlier on because they're quite dry from the wind, etc. I'm just going to outline them using a silver, it's an eyeliner, it's by, what is this, it's Rimmel, and it is just silver, number 67. It's an old one, but I assume they still do it. I'm just going to map out the shape. Okay, so I have my lips filled in and outlined, and I'm going to get some of the cream or CMA silver again, and I'm just going to use my finger to pat that on. Okay, I didn't exfoliate my lips, so I would, if I were doing this on anyone else, I'd make sure that their lips were completely soft, or if it was for a photo shoot or anything. And now to really finish off the lips, I'm using MAC's Platinum Pigment. There, it is such a stunning colour. See there straight away on the camera how it picks up. I mean, it looks like your lips are made of tin foil or something. And I'm just going to pat that on over the product that's already there with my finger. And I'm just going to go over the outline a little bit again. Okay, so I finished the lips. I added another coat of the mascara. I mean, you can use like an either primer, white primer, or actually white mascara. Either one will work just fine. And I'm just going to powder down my center area and just a little around here. And I'm going to contour really, really lightly under my cheeks, and I'll be back in a sec for the final look. And that is the finished look. So I used MAC's Tenderling blusher. It's a really pale but warm kind of peachy brown. So I wanted to use something warm just to kind of balance out the coolness of the silver everywhere. So just use that underneath the cheekbone area, and you don't want to highlight anywhere on the face when you have this much going on everywhere, so I'm just going to leave that as it is. And let's look. I really like how it turned out actually. So thanks for watching, and I will chat to you again really soon. Bye guys.